Yeah, so I came out of surgery yesterday. I managed to get home. I did have a massive drop in my blood pressure. Stomach. I went from like 128 down to 84. And yeah, they took me out of bed and sat me on a chair. They were just waiting for me to pee to prove that everything was kind of working before I could go. So they sat me on a chair, drank 2 jugs of water, but then my BP dropped and I went all sweaty and super tired. And I pressed my buzzer at the same time the girl next to me did. And she was having a similar thing, but hers was pain related. I managed to recover quite quickly after lying down and having my feet up. Yeah, after my BP went back up, I managed to pee after like 2.5 jugs of water. And then I came home and my arm went numb from like my elbow to my hand, but I think it might be this that's putting a lot of pressure on my veins. So when I get hot, it kind of squidges it a bit, so it went numb. I don't know. I wasn't really in much pain at all yesterday, apart from when I first came out of surgery and they gave me tramadol or something, which made me high as ever, but really dizzy, and I think that's why my BP dropped, so they've given me a different one to go home with. I'm quite sore today. I woke up and I wasn't too bad, but shortly after I took my pain meds, my stomach is starting to feel quite bruised now, and it's kind of like coming and going in pain. So I'm in bed today with the fan on, listening to Taylor Swift's new album. It was a really nice surprise yesterday. Taylor Swift's new album. I was only in the waiting room for half an hour before they took me in. One thing I didn't realise is that you walk yourself into the surgery room and put yourself on the table. When you watch the movies, you're put to sleep in a bed and then wheeled in. I was shaking so much. I think my F&D got triggered, and I was like kind of having like body spasms. They put the cannula in. That was a bit painful, but not too bad. And you know, I was asleep quite quickly. So yeah, today I'm just in bed. My blood pressure keeps going up and down every time I go to the toilet, but I think it's just because I'm standing up. I've managed to have some grapes and a banana today. I had a big meal yesterday. I was feeling really good yesterday. But I think the tramadol really wiped me out pain-wise, and stuff isn't quite as strong, but yeah, my BP dropped a lot yesterday, but I'm just getting a little bit dizzy today. That's fine. It's expected. So yeah, huge thank you to everyone who has either sent me PayPal donations or bought my t-shirts. I was a bit reluctant about doing a PayPal because I feel really bad about just, you know, people giving me money and not getting anything out of it. But then, you know, some people might want to give more or less than the t-shirts, and they don't necessarily want something in return for helping. And I really, really appreciate that. But please only do that if you can afford to. Always put yourself financially first. The only reason that I've put that option out there is because I am on statutory sick pay, and it can take a long time for universal credit to kick in, and it's not a huge amount, so it just really helps me out. But don't feel like you have to, but thank you if you do. I'm very croaky just because I feel really naff. I only had 4 hours sleep the night before surgery, and I only had 3 hours last night before waking up. I think the drugs that they used to wake you up after anaesthesia hadn't quite left my body yet, so I was struggling to sleep. And when I did wake up, I was just constantly thinking about surgery-related things. Nothing that necessarily happened. It just kept going through my head and I couldn't sleep. So I'm running on little sleep. But my brother's going to come visit today, which would be nice. He's going to come visit with his girlfriend. So yeah, I'm quite away with the fairies. I'm not really with it. I'm just doing my pyjamas, my stitch stuff. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys another day maybe. Bye bye. Bye.